Hundreds of Afghans queue in freezing temperatures in Kabul. They turned up at the passport office on the day Taliban government announced it would resume issuing travel documents. These people are desperate to leave Afghanistan. And it's exactly what its neighbors want to avoid, an exodus of Afghans fleeing the country's humanitarian crisis. These fears brought the foreign ministers of the Organization of Islamic Cooperation to Islamabad.
23 million people are already facing hunger. Health facilities are overflowing with malnourished children. Some 70% of teachers are not getting paid, and millions of children, Afghanistan's future, are out of school.
There was also a message directed at the United States from the Pakistani Prime Minister.
The United States specifically, they must de-link the Taliban government from the 40 million Afghan citizens.
The US has frozen $9.5 billion of assets belonging to the Afghan central bank since the Taliban took over the country in August. It's creating a liquidity crunch for an economy that was already struggling under the previous government. Turkey's foreign minister says the Organization of Islamic Cooperation needs to take the lead on helping Afghans.
The collapse of the economy must be prevented. Continuing sanctions unfortunately cripple the financial system. Pledge will be meaningless unless this money reaches the Afghans.
This is Islamic Bloc's second extraordinary session on Afghanistan. Pakistan hosted the first meeting of the organization's foreign ministers on Afghanistan in 1980. The agenda at that time was focused on suspending aid and cutting ties with a Soviet-backed regime in Kabul. 41 years later, the foreign ministers are again in Islamabad. This time, they are seeking help for Afghans and greater engagement with the Taliban government. The permanent members of the UN Security Council, the EU and international financial institutions also came to the meeting. Afghanistan's acting foreign minister was also in attendance, but he did not take the podium. He was seated in the last row, suggesting the priority at this stage is to avert a humanitarian catastrophe rather than legitimize Taliban rule. Kamran Yusuf, TRT World, Islamabad.